Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode number 82 of the Bull Market Watch. This is presented by intro2cryptos.ca, and my name is Doug. I'll be your host. In this crypto live stream, we review more than 50 cryptocurrency charts and grade them against our trading plan, and then we plot this information daily to come up with an index that gives us a numerical way to measure the overall bullishness or bearishness of the entire cryptocurrency market. This is the Bull Market Watch. If you want to get the trading plan that we're using in this, you can go to intro2cryptos.ca and register for free. You'll get the Bull Market Watch trading plan, and you'll also get a copy of the spreadsheet that we're using in this as well. So we can see over the last few days that the oranges and reds have been growing, and the yellows and greens have been shrinking. Oranges and reds are the markets that are near fails or fails, those that we should be selling and not buying into. And the yellows and greens are those that are alerts or holds. And so we go through our trading plan and check out all the markets against that to see where do they stack up in our ratings. So for today, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin have made some sharp moves down just the last little bit here. Ethereum as well, right here. Litecoin here as well. Stellar has just been going down and down and down. But it's a pretty small range of movement that they went. It was not that deep. It wasn't a deep break below the trend lines. And we're also getting sort of a mixed bag of results from the rest of the cryptocurrencies as well. Let's start off with Ardor and go through our process. So as you know, we're looking for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formations, and Ardor is still neutral. We've gone over this a few times. Basic Attention Token took me by surprise here today, though, and just had a big, huge pump. Nothing I would be able to trade unless I was fortunate enough to have some coin in there and some sell orders already laid out in advance, but now that it's sort of woken up, I'll be watching it to see if it makes a consolidation pattern that we could actually trade. Until then, it'll remain as a neutral coin. Now that it's not a fail or a near fail, it's a neutral, which like hands off, stay away, wait for some specific pattern that we can see that's going to give us what we need to. BNT next in the list here. Hello all. Hi AOL Chandra, good to have you here. Before I go on, I should greet everybody. Hello and thanks for coming in. And I do want to say I very much appreciate everybody who turns up as a subscriber, everybody who joins as a subscriber. I appreciate the support of Old Scott and Crypto Trader Vader, who have put cryptocurrency tips in the past. Right now, the stream boss is GBU Professor Wally. That's Gunbot University, Professor Wally. If you're looking for a bot, go and check out Gunbot University. So grateful to have you guys along. I do this study all the time myself. This is something I'm really kind of obsessed with because I did so well in the cryptocurrencies in the past that I'm really keeping my mind sharp on all of this stuff so that I'm ready for it. Come the next bull wave, we will be seeing prices go 10 times. We will see crazy things here. This one I'm going to put it as neutral now and probably going to run it neutral for a while until it gives us a good formation. BCN, probably nothing yet. Nothing yet, but a little tick up there. So now I'll be watching this one because it's really great returns to go just a small range of Satoshis here. So not bad to play in this every once in a while. You just got to keep an eye on it. BTC, I'm going to put it as a near fail again, but let's take a look at it. We go to Bitfinex, click on Bitcoin, and here's what I was thinking for the day. I was still always thinking that it was going to come up and retest these levels at least, or maybe break them and come back and sit on top of them. But so far, it's not expanded out to what I'm thinking. It's really on a downtrend, except that it has not broken down below our number 1 point over here. So we're still inside a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, waiting for everything to play out. And it's going to be slow, I think. Next one is BitShares. bit shares on the 12-hour bars. Looking at this bottom formation is really nice. It's really shaping up nicely, but it's not ready yet. It'll be a while. It may take off quickly, but this would be something that would have to be breaking above the 1160, 1170, 1180 level, in those ranges. Burst. Alright, burst is still neutral and maturing a little bit. I think that'll go somewhere. Clam has been a fail, then a neutral, and then a fail. I'll keep giving it a fail grade here. I don't think it's gone as far down as it's going to go. Civic coin went to a fail yesterday. That's the new low, hitting to new lows. That's the sad thing. I had higher hopes for Civic coin. Dash coin is showing weakness here. So this goes back to a near fail. And any break below these levels, it would be a sell. This is sort of an upside down springboard trade order, and it's a descending wedge, which we have seen to be quite nasty. They break and they go down. Descending wedges going down. Not nice. Decreed. Decreed is showing near fail here again. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Near fail. So that's no good. Digibyte. All right, this is a near fail as well. Really, Digibyte. Doge, I put it as a fail, so that means for this would be a sell on these levels here. But I was also thinking Doge was going to do more. But the chart says fail. It's broken down below these levels. If I take this as a number 1 point, number 2, number 2, number 3, then it's broken below that. If you're taking this, it's showing weakness where it just can't. Otherwise, it's a fail. It's a sell. EOS. It's still inside this range. Unknown. I'll leave it as neutral. Lots of different ways you could play a range-bound traded market like that. This is looking like a fail. Ethereum Classic. I don't know if it should be near fail or fail. I'll put near fail. Ethereum. This is also, I'm going to leave it as a near fail, although that little tip of green there is nice. Especially on the 12-hour bars. Zoom in, and this is what we're looking at on the 15-minute bars, where we had the big crunch down, and it's picked back up, but still hasn't broken above those levels. So it's as good as a failed retest as it's coming up to these levels and not breaking them. That's not good. It's got to break through them. Otherwise, that's a sell signal on weakness there. Factum, look at this. This is looking really great. And we're looking at the 1 hour chart. This is a nice consolidation. And when we zoom out to the 12-hour bars, this is still looking nice. I don't have the exponential moving averages, so they're not crossing over yet, but this is really looking nice. I'm going to put it as an alert. And if Bitcoin's going down, that doesn't mean Factum is going to go down. It went up independent of Bitcoin in November and December. Then we have Foam, which we can zoom in on, and okay, nothing going on here. Nothing to watch. And Game turned into a neutral coin, and now it's into a, I'll leave it as neutral because it's in between the 1, 2, 3. And it's sort of like neutral. It's just like hands off, just nothing to do with it. No trades. Gas is, I have to put it as a near fail. GNT was a fail the last few days, looking like a fail again to, that's a bummer. Hunter coin. Oh well, it's got a little green tick there, so I'll leave it as a near fail, not a fail because of that green candle. Kyber network token. All right, it's picked itself up a little bit, and I'll say it's neutral. But that's really shaving it close to the neutral territory. Library credit was a buy and then it was a cold fish to get out, and now it is a near fail level here. Yeah, I'll put it near fail. It really could be neutral. Loom. It's on the bottom edge of this, so I'll put it as neutral, and it won't be long before that could jump up to be an alert, actually. We don't see any of them, and this is another fail. It's going down to more lower levels. I can't believe it. I really thought more from that project. All right, Litecoin is really looking like a sell signal to me. That looks like a double top and weakness there. If it breaks a trend line like this, there's our profit taking signal right in this sort of mash it together area. But then we've got a larger bowl shape formation here. So even if it were to come back, into these levels like this, that would be quite fine for this overall market. It wouldn't be a problem like for the bullishness of the market, because it's got enough of a base underneath it. It's the other ones that don't have the base that are coming up, like Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Litecoin, anyway, it stays as a green, it stays as a hold, as a buy in our spreadsheet. MadeSafe coin was neutral last time, and it's really shaping up to be close to being an alert and a buy. A break above these levels would be really great. So there's some of these neutrals are like, don't touch them. Some of them are almost ready to go. Mana is a fail, going down to new lows. So the more of those hitting new lows, the worse it is overall for everything. This was looking pretty good the other day, but it's coming to the bottom edge of that pointy triangle. I'll leave it as neutral, but it won't be long before it's a near fail. Namecoin should be failing, right? I'm going to put it as a fail here now. That should be retracing. I don't know why that has stayed up the way it has. NXT down to new lows, so it goes into a deeper fail. Unexpected, more unexpected to see more and more and more of these. So OMG is back down to fail territory, coming down to new lows again. It was the first one to break into the lows. Hey Babs, good to have you here. I'm happy to have you along. This is awesome. Omni is a fail. It's looking terrible. It's even worse than it was before. So I don't like what I'm finding in this. I was hoping for more of a mixed bag here, but I gotta mark this as a fail too. Like this would be a sell. Near fail. It's close. PPC. Another near fail that I'm going to have to mark it as a fail. That's just too near. Wow. But it hasn't failed yet, so some of those calls are tricky. This is not tricky. Fail. Rep, which has been holding its hold position here, I would say take profits on this, but we'll keep our stop loss really low. We got into this so early on this trade when we were first watching it come all the way up here. So we can keep our stop loss low and see if we can hold it for a much longer, much bigger range. And if we are in a choppy market, then we'll probably end up losing some of the profits that we could have made if we took the profits now. SBD, I call this a top formation, and I say it's a sell. That looks like it should be failing and going down from there. Saya coin, sadly, was a fail, and now it's come up a tick. So I can give it all the way up to neutral, actually. SNT. Well, I guess I can leave it neutral in that we're not going to do anything with it till it consolidates and makes a trend change, like a trend continuation pattern. Steam, what are you doing? I had $700 worth of Steam. Now it's, I don't know, $100. So that was not a good thing. Anyway, down here it is. It's still neutral. It's got to float a while before it's turning around to do anything. Storage turned into a really great story. I'm going to zoom in on this one. And take a look at this. I was talking about this the other day. We've been watching this for a while as this bottom formation is shaping up and it's consolidating. It's looking so great. Prices broke out here, and then it got announced to a large Telegram group, and prices really exploded. I don't know if they, at what order, at what time of the day the Telegram group was announced, but this is what's been happening all over the place, where we're seeing prices take off out of these bottom formation breakouts, and then the prices come back all the way down below stop loss levels. So beware on these things as they're taking out. It start off with a small position, leave your stop losses way back. You're picking up and you're accumulating at a good time, but these are pretty tricky. So anyway, our moving averages recrossed over. What would we do with this trade if we were to have played this and it came back? We have to get out of it. It has to turn into a cold fish. Have to. Just because it may go down much further. We only keep things if they prove us correct. If they are not proving us correct, we have to get out of it. So you start off with a small bit of a position. If it proves you correct and the prices go up, they'll never look back. You'll be in a great position and you'll know it. If there's any doubt, then you've got to close that position. So start off with a small bit when you're doing your first bit of your trade. Test it out. This is fail. Really took a hammering, massive hammering, all the way down from the 5,000 Satoshi, pretty much 47, down to 21. Brutal. And that is since the beginning of December, so over a 6-week period. Really took a routing. Now Strat, how's that going? Hey Zen Crypto, good to have you along. I enjoy your channel as well. If you guys don't know Zen Crypto, go and check out his channel. He does some technical analysis and some updates there as well. Strat is a near fail, and as near as I can make it near fail without making it a fail. Syscoin, which has actually, the chart pattern has been looking so great as it's all building up here, and it just failed off. So it's no longer an alert, but at least we didn't go into a buy and then have to go into a cold fish on this one. We were getting ready, but it didn't do anything. So I'll mark it back to neutral just so that we're like not watching it actively. This stays an alert. That chart pattern is probably going to be announced by a Telegram group soon, so be wary. VTC, another one. This would be a great group announcement target, and this is where you would purchase some now quietly, a little bit of it, put out your sell orders way up in advance, and wait. Many of the pumps that we've been seeing have only been going up 50%, some of them 100%, but it's not like we saw in 2017 yet. There's needs more of development of things. The pumps are not that big yet. X counterparty. Wow. It's pulled up off that bottom there. I'm going to leave it as a near fail. But tomorrow, if there's any more green in that candle, it'll be up to a neutral and could be building something. Here's another one that absolutely got pummeled that I wasn't expecting, from 2,100 Satoshi to 1,000, cut right in half, and it is still a fail. XMR, and I don't know what the deal is with that. XMR is making a nice formation here. Here I was thinking it was going to be going down and this would be a sell right there. It's neutral, and actually I like that chart formation. That's pretty good. XPM really failed hard yesterday. Same fail. Ripple was marked as a fail, and it's been a tricky. I still look at that chart and I say that's a fail right there. Like, get out, sell, move to Kansas. Zcash, another fail. So we got quite a few fails. I'm looking forward to adding these up here now. ZEC, another fail, or ZRX. All right, So now the moment of truth. There's a couple of moments here that I'm interested in now. I'll switch back. So our chart here will update when I go through this, copy and paste our formula. Yeah. I thought it would be much worse. There's a little bit more red, a little bit less orange. I thought there would be a much bigger difference just by the feel of it as I was going through and seeing how much red there is. All right. That runs through. Where am I from? I am from Canada. Canadian, eh? And it's cold here. Minus 30 or something right now, out 20 odd. And snowing. You can hear the snow clearing equipment in the background. So the big question is, what's going to go on with Bitcoin here? Is Bitcoin going to stay where it is or drop? I want to feature a couple of the trades that we did earlier that we've been watching for. First of all, everybody knows that DLT took off and did fantastic gains. Here is our alert for DLT when it came out on the 7th of December, where we identified where our buy signal would be, where our exit signal would be, and we were watching this market all the way along. But it wasn't until July or January 1st or thereabouts that the alert was actually triggered. And then this one has turned into an astonishing profit in our alerts. Let's go over to Binance. Go to the D's and bring up DLT. Here it is. So you can see where our entry was. We identified it in December, waited all the way through until January when we got triggered in, and now we're holding 100 and some percent profit. Where is that? 150% profit here right now on this trade. Another one I want to highlight and drag this over is our trade for TRX that we did in our alert. It was back again on the 8th of December that we were looking at TRX and setting this up. But it wasn't until the 18th of December that TRX turned into a trading signal for us. If I scroll down here and bring up TRX, you can see where our bottom formation was in shape, and we were watching all the way through this ascending wedge triangle until finally it kicked through and gave us our trading signal. And you can see this trading signal just blasted. We put our stop loss up above our entry right away, and it never came back and bothered us. So this is the kind of trade that we were trying to filter out at the beginning by getting rid of those ones that pop up and then pull back because some Telegram group spoke about them, and it wasn't a real move. It was just a little pump and dump. So this one really has turned out well. TRX, 73% gain on this one from the entry up to the price where it is right now, and it's making a top formation. Great place to consider taking part of your profits, just like you would put on part of your trade at the beginning and add on to it when prices were proving you correct. You may want to take part of your profits now and take the rest of the profits should this be proven as a top formation. But you definitely want to keep part of your investment because this, I think, is the very beginning of some long waves up. JC Denton just made a small wad on that bat pump. Awesome. Yes, that did sound dirty. But I love hearing profit stories. I didn't jump onto that. One of the guys in our group mentioned it when it was just starting. And I didn't jump onto that because for myself, I would likely jump on right here at the 3,900 Satoshi. And then I'd get kicked out by rule number 1. So this was something that I wouldn't be able to trade. It was a formation that I just couldn't trade. It came down too quickly, moved up too fast, and unless I just happened to be holding some, I wouldn't have benefited from that. This consolidation I was really watching. So now that it's made this blast, I consider this to be a warning. It'll likely come back and settle, and then it'll be time to be watching to buy in. It really has to give me like a 2-week formation would be awesome. And then I like to see it end with an ascending wedge triangle. Every place that I'm seeing these ascending wedge triangles build like this, they just go straight up there, and it's a great entry point. So let's keep watching for those formations. Love it. What else has been big in the charts here today? So Bitcoin is still not broken the downtrend yet. It's not broken this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation for me yet. It hasn't given that final get out signal. Unfortunately, that final get out signal will often happen on the break. And I was looking at that break. If I go back to Bitfinex, bring up Bitcoin, bring this back right to this moment, and zoom in on all of the indicators. There were, for as I've been studying this, there were no clear indicators that I am studying on a regular basis that would have told me this was about to crash. For me, maybe it's my bias, but it has to be my bias. I was anticipating these were retests and that we were having higher lows here and that things were just about to go upwards, not downwards this deeply. There was no on-balance volume, very little bit I can see here that it turned from positive to negative on-balance volume. And the MACD also crossed over. I have to study that because I want to compare that against what's happening right now, because we have a mini version of that same thing happening right now. And zoom in to these 3 indicators and see what does the RSI look at. The on balance volume is certainly in selling mode and not in buying mode with a little bit of selling. It is overall a lot more selling going on than buying. The MACD indicator is still staying below the center. It's not making its way above and crossing over and showing strength. So these are weakness signs for what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Lots of selling in on-balance volume. The RSI, it's not diverging and giving a feeling of impending strength building up in this bottom. It's not diverging enough from price coming down. So it does look pretty weak. It does look negative for prices. I have yoga coming up soon, so I am going to sign off. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm certain that as we go through and continue updating this spreadsheet, we're going to be the first to know when and where exactly the bull market is. We'll know exactly which markets are taking off first, because we're going to be monitoring them from day to day. We'll see them change from gray to yellow to green. From gray to yellow, we'll know as they're approaching a potential to be a buy. We're going to be the first ones to know. So be sure to hit the thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm going to make it at 6 p.m. Central Time every single day. And then on my other channel, I'm doing a morning live stream just on the price of Bitcoin, only the 24 hours. What happened the last 24 hours? What might happen the next 24 hours? Finished. Nice and quick. And I'll share that link down below too. Anyway, great to have you guys here. Let's grow this channel and help a whole bunch of people get ready for this bull and bear market. Cheers. Bye for now.